Well, hi, team. I'm Fitz Koehler, your extremely bossy fitness pro and very noisy race announcer from fitzness.com. And welcome to the Fitzness Show. This episode is powered by the Donna National Marathon to Finish Breast Cancer. And I am so excited because we are doing a race recap, and there are so many fun moments that we're going to relive today. I'm happy. And I'm also kind of sad because I look forward to this event for 365 days a year. And then it happens and then it's gone poof. And so maybe if you guys can help me by the end of the show, we will convince the powers that be to do this every single month. And we could get together and have all the love and the fun, and we won't feel deprived. If you haven't done so yet, don't forget to click like, subscribe wherever you're listening to the Fitzness Show or watch it. That way, when I come on and make happy noise and boss you around, you will get notification and I can help you do better and be better. Also, if you haven't bought the new book yet, you supercharge the exact formula for fitness, weight loss, and longevity. You ridiculous person, get it at sorry, my voice, at fitzness.com. If you buy it from me, then I sign them all and I send them with the fun little Fitzy stickers. And for everybody who stopped by the expo this weekend to meet me and get some books, thank you. I love you so much. I can't wait to get in your head, in between your ears, and do the thing. All right. So now the theme of the show. Oh, and also, if you haven't done so yet, it's 26.2 with Donna on Instagram and Facebook. And obviously, you need to follow that stuff because we have 2 more events coming up this year. It's part of the Donna Fearless series. And if you come to them, FIS Mother's Day 5K and then the TPC 5K in October at Sawgrass, then you get the extra medal and the extra hugs and all the extra goodness. So, are you ready? I'm going to bring her in. As I do that, you got to start using the comment section wherever you are to tell us, look, Andrea Lasher, she's doing the right thing. Use the comments to say hi and then tell us which races you participated in this weekend. So, the queen of the Donna Foundation. I mean, we say Donna Deegan, right? The founder, but the woman in charge, the woman who makes all the things go all the year and works so hard every day, is the executive director / race director, Amanda Napolitano.
Hello, beautiful Fitz.
I love you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of us. What a weekend.
Right. Are you beaming? Are you bursting? How do you feel right now?
So here's the honest truth, right? Yesterday, we had a lot of wrap up. There were a lot of things going on yesterday. So I honestly did not have a chance to really sit down and, open my phone and go to the Instagrams and the Facebooks and seeing all of the things that I know that you guys have been seeing, right, all weekend long. I truly and honestly did not have time to do that until yesterday afternoon, about 5:00. And I fell into my sofa and I picked up my phone and I ugly cried for at least an hour. And the best, most joyous, I could not be more impressed and grateful for our community who took, extreme freeze sneeze. I mean, whatever. And decided that was more of a reason to come out and participate and have the most fun. And it was just, I don't know. It was next level emotion of watching just everyone come out this year.
Yeah, I actually feel like this was my favorite so far. So I've been announcing since 22. I think this was my favorite.
I mean, it really was. I was laying in my bed on Saturday night, because that's when the weather came in, and it's midnight, and I'm not an anxious person. For all of you who know me, I'm truly not an anxious person. I don't think an anxious person could do this job.
Right.
But I tend to let go and let love. So, what will happen. But I'm laying in my bed, Saturday night and I'm listening to what sounds like a dang hurricane out my window. And I'm thinking, oh dear, have I made this amazing mistake that is going to, be a headline in Runner's World next week of, race director decides to continue race when she shouldn't have. And then I had to rein myself back in and trust that we make decisions based on real facts, right? It's not like we just say, oh, we're just going to do this and it's going to be fun. we have a team of people that came together last week every single day talking about these things. All of the police departments from all of the municipalities, JFRD, JSO, City of Jacksonville Beach. Our medical team from Mayo Clinic and Dr. Andrea Sharp leading, and we're looking at, what are the guidelines for cold, and we were many degrees higher than anything we would need to change operationally. And I have a friend who's a meteorologist. His name is Mr. Keegan.
Right.
And, he told me on Saturday during the fundraiser dinner, because we're overlooking the village.
Yes, we were watching things just fly over and knock down.
And he said, this is the highest the winds will be.
Yeah.
So I just had to trust that, okay, there are facts that are telling us things are going to be fine. And they were, but everybody came. It's like, thank you. And the community, the neighborhood still brought the energy and the parties and the things. And I'm just,
You know what? I think there's a couple of factors. Number one, you foster such goodness in your community, and so does Donna. And so people want to hold up their end of the bargain. They promise this, they want to provide, but then also our cause, mainly focuses on women battling cancer. And so, okay, frigid cold temperatures, child's play comparatively. And I mean, it's really kind of wimpy to bow out of running or walking when people are doing chemo and radiation. And so I think our athletes got the memo, our vendors got the memo, our volunteers got the memo.
And it was tell you how big of a memo the volunteers must have received.
They were the best. That was my fear.
The best. Yes, of course, all of our favorite, frats and sororities that come out and celebrate with us in the finish line. But the groups that led our water stations out on the course this year, if you're listening, can I just say, I love you, and you are the heroes of the freaking day. Because they're delivering Gatorade slushies.
Oh yeah. Is that where they slushy?
Literally, they were freezing. They couldn't pour anything in advance because they would freeze on the table. And they're really, I mean, there's nowhere to, hide. In the village, we have the warming buses that JTA provided, which were a miracle.
Which was very cool.
Very cool. And we had obviously some tents that had heat and sneakers. The restaurant Sneakers hosts our volunteers so they can go in there at any point in time and kind of warm up. But if you're at mile, 19 with a couple of tables and a pod with all your supplies, there's nowhere to hide. Nowhere to hide.
They were incredible. I personally, since I lived at the start and finish line, massive shout out to Sigma Nu, Jacksonville University. Gentlemen, we as an organization love you. I, as a race announcer, adore you. And I just the giddiness when I see them show up, because they just bring this like crazy macho collegiate energy. And I think it takes some severe maturity to understand the magnitude of what people are accomplishing. We've got Zeta out there, AKO. We had the ROTC students, nursing students, and their enthusiasm for what these people were accomplishing was so genuine, and their love and their loudness and their zest just really made these people feel so tremendously special. I work so hard to obviously make each person feel special, and so do all the spectators in our team, but to have like that laser focus from these rowdy 20-somethings, I think it's just extra fun.
You're the conductor of the orchestra of love that brings people in, right? And seriously, and you have that symphony behind you, and you don't always have that in finish lines. I think it's really what makes our finish line very different from many, many others is we do have an environment that is full of energy. It's not, okay, welcome, here's your medal. Now walk 2 miles and
right. Go there.
Party starts immediately.
Sure does. I was just talking to my announcing bestie, Rudy Novotny, who's one of the greatest voices in the industry. And I was saying one of the great gifts I have with your event is the autonomy. So the fact that I can go grab a group of volunteers, say, you come here, do this, and you're not in there like, what are you doing, Fitz Koehler? That's not the way it goes. You just like, that looks fun. Go for it. So that really, I like having the freedom to, I guess, conduct the joy, right? Thank you for that.
The symphony of joy, Fitz. That is your job.
Wow, I appreciate it. It's so much fun. So much fun. So yeah, we had major cold. I think Saturday wasn't so bad. The 5K
Saturday was perfect.
Mhm.
Which I actually appreciate, right? I mean, you know, if you've trained for a marathon, you're pretty tough. But you know, and not to say that the 5K is less than, but I do love that the 5K brings out far more families, you know,
Right.
people getting started and so I appreciated that Saturday was a little milder from an
Yeah.
extreme freeze perspective.
Yeah, no, it was a nice running day. It was a nice running day.
Mhm.
And then Sunday was it was bonkers. I said it at the finish line, but I'll say it again. The coldest race to date I had ever announced was the Philadelphia Marathon in 2019. I was halfway through chemo at the time. I
Yep.
was 100 pounds soaking wet. It was maybe 20 degrees and raining at the start line. It was so cold.
Oh,
But I think I was colder this Sunday. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" So, your
yep.
medical director, Andy, she gave me her ski pants, which
Mhm.
we were all
Lifesaver.
very generous with each other, right?
Our D squad member Donna gave me and my daughter Ella, who works with us too, her ski clothes. She left them on my front porch the night before, and we absolutely wore every single item of that. And then, can I say huzzah for hip heads and those fuzzy hat things that we wore all day? Do you have yours?
I was looking to see if I did. I don't have here in my office, but yeah, they're like, hat with the mask, like bank robber, but pink and fuzzy.
The pink and fuzzy. I felt like I was wrapped in my fuzzy blanket all day long, and it made me so happy. So Nathan and the team at Hip Heads, who, by the way, you know, every sale that they made for the weekend, a percentage comes back to the Donna Foundation. So for all of you that bought some of their product, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, made a huge difference in the day. I was looking back at pictures of me at the start, and I looked like, I don't know, some cross between the kid from Christmas Story and the Michelin Man.
That's right. Okay, so for all of our listeners, viewers right now, tell us how many of each item you wore. Tell us, did you wear 3 pairs of pants, 4 shirts? Did you have a garbage bag? What was your wardrobe like? We want to hear about it. Also, this is the thing is it's really I do my best to catch everybody. Clearly, I can't catch all 8, 10,000 people, but I try really hard. But for the most part on race day, because of all the chaos, if my mother came through the finish line and she was wearing a hat, makes it very hard to pick out my mother, which sounds ridiculous. But a hat to me sometimes is like a whole Darth Vader costume. It's blah, too much. And the fact that all these people that I know and love were wearing like this, and I could only see this part of their face, and so many people that I knew, I was like, I gotta look at your bib to see what the heck your name is because I don't know who you are. Everybody was wearing all the things and made it very tricky.
Mhm.
Like a bunch
Yes,
of
we had on
strangers.
all of our clothes. It was great.
Yeah, let's see.
Um, yeah, let's see what everybody wore.
Okay, Chris. Hi,
Yep.
Chris. 3 layers and stripped while he ran. I wonder what you crossed the finish line. I think Chris was wearing a tank top when he crossed the
Nice.
finish line. Right,
I saw
Jason Rue.
2 I saw 2 shirtless guys.
Oh, there were many shirtless guys, which I am grateful for. Thank you. Thank you. Shirtless guys. Someone posted a video at the start line of me, or I must have been at the finish line where I was like, "He don't need no stinking shirt," but yeah,
Cannot
I'm
imagine
always
that.
I'm
Mm-mm.
always grateful for a shirtless guy. Jason Rue, we love Jason. Jason did the 5K Saturday. He's lost over 200 pounds, which I will brag about every time his name pops up. 3 pants, 3 shirts, a Fitzness hoodie. jackets, gloves. You can't, that's not enough. Okay, let's see.
Jason came to all the things. I loved hanging out with him all weekend long. Thank you, Jason. And then showed, I mean, so many of our athletes, in particular the ultra, just amazing host, because he's with the Hampton Inn Oceanfront, who's one of our host hotels. Yeah. And they host the base camp for our ultra marathon. So he and Chantel are absolutely extraordinary human beings who I love.
Yeah, and so enthusiastic. Like they just showed up ready for everything with joy and excitement every time. Every time. All right, Andrea, leggings, sweats, 4 layers up top, wool socks, neck gaiter. That's the right answer. 2 pairs of pants, 2 shirts, 1 vest, sweatshirt. Nice. 4 layers. Awesome. Nobody's confessed wearing a garbage bag yet. I know someone was out there.
Okay, I have a question.
Let's hear it.
Who ended up with, because I saw this a lot and it took me a few minutes to figure out what was happening. But have you ever heard of a snot sickle? Because I saw them.
Like on their faces.
So water, I saw several beards that had just icicles hanging, just here. And I started to kind of look and wonder, what is that? Is that the Gatorade, residue? Is that maybe a goo packet that didn't quite? And I'm thinking, oh no, that's not what that is. It was just frozen runny nose. Yeah, a little snot sickle.
It's
raise your hand if you have a snot sickle for the day. I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Well, we should have all the conversations. It's funny. I'm someone who now thinks a beard is very sexy. I love beards. But my mother is very anti-beard because she's just like, they get all their snot in their beard. So I guess race day, it's appropriate, right?
Yes, indeed. And this is what makes it so fun and memorable. I mean, we are going to remember this year forever. And it's that added element that I think drives just the storytelling. It's amazing.
That's right. The best stories come with the craziest experiences. And I think everyone went home. I think everybody showed up at that finish line really happy. By the time they came across, they were just happy to be there. I didn't see any cranky faces. Everybody was just full of joy. And I catch a lot of people at a finish line. I didn't have anyone drop because of like hypothermia or something. I saw.
We did not have any reported cases of hypothermia for the day. Yeah. Handful of little busted knees and elbows here and there, but nothing serious. And the day did get better. I mean, it didn't, by a few hours in, the winds tend to die down a little bit, and it was at everyone's back on the way home. So I think once everyone made the turn to head back towards the finish line, it was a nice gift of tailwinds.
So I think it was Jason Rue came over. I could be wrong, but it was about noon or so. And then it was like, it's still sub-freezing. It was only about 30 degrees.
Oh, it was still cold, but the winds had not, the wind, it's all relative.
Hey, Nick, we missed you. I was looking for you and I was wondering where you are. I'm glad you're okay. Good hearing from you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. The other interesting finish line thing is, and again, at every race, I tend to catch athletes. I have the bird's eye, so I'm able to go fetch folks. But how many people will do whatever it takes to get across the finish line? So we had quite a few athletes that were being supported by others. There was one, I think Chris Turner, someone else was helping across, and with the medics. And I was just like, just let him get across on their feet. That's what the athletes really want. They want to do, just let them get across upright, even if they're being supported. But, and then they come and they get to me and they go, have I crossed? And the second I say yes, they just give out, go,
that's it.
Like their whole body, as if none of the muscles work. Is fascinating. That mental, the determination just to get to that spot, and then game over, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. And the Mayo Clinic was awesome. The medics you had were Johnny on the spot, spectacular. And I wish I would have said that more often throughout the morning. They were incredible, and that's important.
Well, they're here to stay. So we're glad to have the Mayo medical team back in our finish line. in partnership with our JFRD team. In fact, Captain Mitchell was the brainchild behind having our warming buses, which I thought was just extraordinary. It was so helpful.
And then did people use the buses? I didn't get to see, but were there a lot of people on the buses?
Yes, absolutely. And not just athletes, you know, it's also vendors and exhibitors and those of us that are working and volunteers. You know, if you just needed to take a minute, you know, you could hop up on that bus and get warm for a few minutes and then head back out.
Okay, so let's take a moment. I would like to acknowledge some of our teams that came out because we had a ton of teams, starting with Team Friendship. How many people were part of Team Friendship?
Oh gosh, Friendship Circle, that was just they were amazing. I can tell you what size their team was, but I think we're talking about 40 or 50 athletes that participated from that group. And they had so much fun.
They did.
The happiest people. I got an amazing note from one of their leaders today, just thanking us for such an extraordinary time. At one point during the race, you know, one of their leaders looked at me and said, you know, second only to the New York City Marathon, because a lot of them are from that area. He's like, this is the most fun finish line I've ever been a part of.
Beg them to come back. I want them to return.
They were welcome every year. I think this should be a new tradition for our friends at the Friendship Circle.
I wholeheartedly agree. So we had them. We had Team Black Girls Run. There was over a dozen. They always show up, but they were delightful. Boston Buddies brought over a dozen athletes. That's a Facebook
I had
group.
So much fun meeting Vince. I had not met him in person before, and it was so fun to catch up with him on Friday, the Shakeout Run. We had an awesome conversation, and I'm so grateful that we were chosen for that energy and that fun. Yep.
So last year, I think I was at your race or whatever, but I got a call from Vince. He had the buddies across the country at a different race, and he said, "Hey, when's the Donna?" And I told him, he's like, "This race out here was bad," and so I was like, "We're gonna come to the Donna and we'll do fundraising." I said, "That's great, that's great." So they came. Sadly, I did not get to spend as much time with them as I would have liked to. It was just chaos. But when Vince came through the finish line, he gushed the whole way. I walked him from the finish through to his medal. He was like, "This was a spectacular show." I mean, he just loved every piece of it. So hopefully they come back. And
I'll be up in Boston this year. So I expect to, I expect to meet up with some of those guys there.
And how many times have you run Boston now?
This will be my third.
I thought you did more than that.
No.
All right. Lucky you.
No.
Lucky you. Neptune Run Club. How many of those folks came?
214.
Is that the biggest group you've ever had?
Yes.
That's incredible.
And okay. If you understand the geography of our beaches, you know, there's the city of Jacksonville, and then we have Jacksonville Beach, which is where our start finish is, Neptune Beach that you run through, and then Atlantic Beach that has sort of the northernmost point of our event.
Okay. Neptune Beach
is, I should know the statistics, but you know, a mile long, right? I mean, you know, it is from where you receive communion on the course at the First Christian Church.
Is that a thing? People are out there receiving
about this thing? Yes. There is a church on the course in Neptune Beach, and as you run through, they have an aid station, and it's communion, and you can stop and you can take communion and you can have a prayer with their team and keep going. Obviously, it's optional, but they do not have service on Donna Marathon Sunday. Instead, they call their congregation to come out and ring cowbells. As does Beach Church in Jacksonville Beach. They do not have services on Donna Marathon Sunday and call on their congregation to come and volunteer. And they are all of the volunteers in the Beaches Town Center, including Pete's Bar Donna Crawl. All of those volunteers in that area are from Beach Church, and they've been doing this for us for many years. But from the point where you get your communion to the finish line of Pete's Bar Donna Crawl, roughly, is Neptune Beach. So not a very big area,
Right.
where I live personally.
Okay.
So I have a bit of a heart for my little tiny community that is
Ah,
fierce. Tiny people are fierce. And Neptune Run Crew is based in Neptune Beach, and they run every Friday. And they have really cultivated an extraordinary community. It's been really fun to watch. I see them out when I run all the time, and they had 214 members of their team.
that's incredible.
It
You
is.
should make some sort of like award for the group with the biggest. Do
We
we
should.
fan?
Maybe there's a Tiffany and Company trophy that could be
Mm,
brought into play for the Neptune Run Crew.
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how they would share that amongst 214 of them, but
Hmm. So my other favorite group out there
Mhm.
was the I think 7 Gainesville Fire Rescue firefighters who,
Okay.
on a whim and a dare, after
Uh,
only maxing out at 8 miles pre-race, they all showed up and they completed the full marathon and they did it in sub 5. They did I was
wow.
Yeah, you know what? I had faith they would all finish just based on the pure testosterone in the group. I thought these guys would rather fall flat and die than not cross their finish line, but under 5 hours, undertrained, I was very impressed, and they were very enthusiastic when they crossed the finish line. So Gainesville Fire Rescue, I feel very safe in your hands. I know if my house catches fire, you're all gonna just beat it up real quick. So they were very sweet too. So I hope they come back.
Always welcome.
Mhm. Come along. Look at this, Robin. She's got so fabulous.
Oh,
We
Robin.
love
I
you.
love you, Robin Robson. You're one of my
That's
favorite human beings on the planet, and she leads truly one of our top major donor groups that we have.
right. Knocking
Um,
out breast cancer.
knocking out breast cancer, raising well over $20,000 a year for us. Over the years, reaching, gosh, they're nearly $100,000 at this point. One more year, I think, then we'll get there. But it's extraordinary what Robin and her team have been able to do for the Donna Foundation. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, and they're also
Yeah.
sweet and so fun. I hear they're doing bingo coming up soon. So
Well, and that's the other thing too, and it's similar to what Neptune Run Crew is doing, right? They're creating community around all of this. It's not just one person; it's many persons, and they're establishing connections with one another to help one another, and stand shoulder to shoulder with one another when women and men journey through that thing called breast cancer. So it's bigger than just the funds that are raised. I mean, you're kind of like what you said at the fundraiser dinner, we love money, and that's true. we
we
need
love
it we
money.
need it to do what we do, but it is equally powerful to see fundraising teams like Knocking Out Breast Cancer serve one another.
That's right. That's
Super
right.
important. Hmm.
Okay, so the fact that we love money, I'm going to address that, and then I want to go over. I want to move on to some of our favorite individual moments because we had some doozies.
Okay.
The corporate fundraisers, Love's Car Wash and
Mhm.
the Predator Group, the Billiards Company, they
Mm.
donate fantastic amounts, and they're so lovely. What a wonderful part! What wonderful partners you have in
Mm.
them.
Family,
Yeah,
family.
Darren and Bonnie and their teams
Mm.
are awesome.
Yep.
And then as far as we love money, folks, there is a very fancy Saturday night dinner
Mm.
every Donna Marathon weekend that you could be a part of. You just got to earn your way in. It's glamorous and the food is great and the company is wonderful. And you get stuck with me saying blah, blah, blah for a long time. And we have special guests. But how do people qualify to come to
Mm.
the fancy dinner next year?
So, I mentioned this at the dinner, and I think I say this every year. What makes that group of individuals and groups so special is that we do not require fundraising to
Right.
participate for any of our events for Donna Marathon Weekend. This is against every consultant advice I've ever received. Of well, you could raise a lot more money for your programs if you would require fundraising, and to which I say, no way. I am, we are about removing barriers to care. Similarly, that finish line is part of that care. I mean, it is part of how we love on everyone. So if you're not one that wants to do that or can do that or whatever, that I do not want to put a barrier between you and our finish line. So fundraising is optional. So the people in that room have taken that step with us to say, I'm not only am I going to train, but I'm also going to raise money. And right now, the fundraiser experience threshold of getting invited to the dinner is $1,000. So if you raise $1,000 or more, you get an invite. That could change depending on, how things grow and change as we grow and change. But but that is where it is today.
So I want to encourage everybody to take this opportunity seriously because we are coming into year 20 and next year will be the 20th anniversary and there will be hoopla. We're going to have hoopla at the expo, hoopla at each start and finish line. The fancy dinner is probably going to be packed with hoopla. And so every opportunity you get to come to one of these wonderful experiences, you should. And of course, you can do all the start and finish lines without the fundraising. But if you like to put on pretty clothes and have yummy food and feel fancy, I think if nothing else, year number 20 is definitely the year to do it.
It's the year to do it, 100%. And I'm excited that we'll have Jeff Galloway back with us next year.
Good.
Yep. And because he's such a part of the origin story of who we are. So having him there is going to be super special. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic. Okay, so some of my favorite moments. I mean, there's a whole bunch of little favorite moments, but I would say starting Saturday morning where we're in the scissor lift. So Donna Deegan, the Donna, is on the lift with me right over the start line, and I've yelled go already, and we have a few thousand people running by. And one of the things I like to do is address all of our athletes. And sometimes it's by name and sometimes it's by what they're wearing or their team. And I try to keep it pretty clean, right? It's always got to be really G on the microphone. But I think one of the shirts says something like, I'm tough titties or something like that. And I looked and I got into tough and I bit my lip and Donna looks at me and she goes, just say it. So, the first time I've ever shouted tough titties into a microphone, but it was awesome. She's like, go for it.
Oh, just say it. Oh, yeah.
Just say it. So I did.
That's great.
I did. And then you and me had some fun Sunday morning. So the whole, the start lines are always my favorite. My favorite part of any race is always the start line because that's the only time where we're all together. And I love being with everybody at the same time. So, 6,000-7,000 people, whatever it was. So the energy is crazy. And, we always have happy start lines, but I think the cold temps really got people jumping and dancing and just combustible, perfect energy. So
like, let us go.
yeah. But also, hooray, And so as they're coming by, someone, I wish I knew who, tell me if it's you, threw me a little bottle of Fireball. And so I caught it, said, oh, thanks for the Fireball, put it on my table. They went by. And then the Pete's bar crawler comes, which what do we have? 600 to 800 of them?
It's capped at 500 because that's the capacity of the bar. So, yep, 500 of our crawlers, our Pete's crawl.
And they're Looney Tunes because, the other folks, they have to at least focus on 26.2 or 13.1. These people don't. They just are going to mosey for 2 miles and then sit down and drink cocktails and cheer for the others. And so they were pretty rowdy, which I love. And then I said, who's going to go and have a cocktail at 8? And they were like, yay. And then I just thought, okay, here we go. I'm going to kick this off. So I grabbed the Fireball, tried to open it, and my stupid hands couldn't do it. I was like, oh, I can't even get it open. I use my teeth. And then I've never done it. I had the big shot of Fireball on the stage and then passed it to you to repeat. So aren't we the tacky race professionals, Amanda Napolitano?
So what my favorite moment in that moment was, and by the way, when it's sub-freezing temperatures, just a teeny bit of whiskey is necessary. But someone tossed another bottle up and Dr. Perez leans over and catches it with one hand. Like the
Right.
hand-eye coordination of Dr. Edith Perez in the scissor lift, getting tossed this tiny little bottle, which of course she would never drink. She handed it right to me, but
Right.
but I was like, nice, okay.
Mhm. It was like
Mm.
everything was just working together. Chris Hobson, thank you for the fireball. I knew
Oh,
I'd find the answer.
yes,
It
that
was
tracks. That
yeah,
tracks.
it,
Thank you.
it was so fun, and that was the perfect crowd for it, right? I mean, Chris instigated it by giving the fireball, but then
Mm.
the bar crawlers, it was a really good time. Whatever happened to the rest of those bottles? I didn't drink the rest of mine. Did you drink it?
Oh, I don't know what happened to those. Fitz. Maybe they're still in the pocket of my coat. I don't know.
Hmm. We can find out later.
Can we
So that was
have a Claire appreciation moment? She's
she's
loving us in the comments right now, and I just could not love her more.
how did you find Claire? My gosh. Tell everybody who Claire is.
So Claire is our development director. She actually recently received promotion to our development director. But no, she joined our team, a handful of years ago, and just jumped right in, and we just had the most fun together. We're a tiny team. So for those of you who do not know, Claire and I are the only two full-time employees of the Donna Foundation, period. So we do a lot, and most of the time it's a manageable lot, right? But
Right.
when we round the corner from Christmas to Donna Marathon Weekend, it's pretty intense. But both of us have so much fun together doing the work, and knowing what the end game is it just makes it all worth it. But we have great fun together. Yeah.
It is astonishing what you pull off with two people. And I know you have a board and you have volunteers, so you're not alone, but still and it's not just this weekend. There's two other weekends, and I think you do some other things. So really, you both are the dynamic duo. Look at that.
Great fun. But yes, the team at First Place Sports, with the race management side of what we do, I could go on. Carolyn Graham is chiming in. She leads all of the volunteers at the expo. She's also a streaker and has been next to me for 20 years. I mean, we trained together when all of this first came to be. So Carolyn's been there from day one. Julio, who manages our volunteers, who
Okay.
it's so much fun, who's been doing it since day one. And I think that's what you start to get a sense of, right? Is so many of the people involved. Claire's sort of the not new anymore, because she's been with us for years now, but newest. But so many people have been with us from the very, very beginning, because this is just, you don't want to not be a part of it. Once you get in, once you start being with us, you just want to come back for more and more and more. Sort
I
of like
agree.
you wanting me to do this every weekend, which I just cannot do.
I know only once a month. I think my expectations are very
Oh,
reasonable.
well, that's okay. Come on, Claire, can we do that? Just one, Donna Marathon Weekend, just once a month. That's, sure.
I wouldn't ask all my races that. Only you. Or mostly only you. Okay, this is one of our great comments of the evening. So folks, you don't know Dr. Edith Perez. She's one of the founding members of the Donna National Marathon to finish breast cancer. She's also a brilliant cancer researcher and oncologist, and actually responsible for saving all the lives. And this is what we get after out of Dr. Perez.
That's awesome.
You can put that on your very what's the word, significant resume, Dr. Perez. Perhaps you put it on your LinkedIn bio that you could catch fireball and a flash, like in a very intense moment.
Hand. This was not a double-handed catch. This was a reach out, catch with one hand kind of moment. It was
while being elevated in the middle of the air. She didn't really have the ground to work in the freezing temperatures with wind.
In extreme freezing temperatures. Yes.
Yeah. Significant athleticism.
Is the rock star that she is in all things.
She's
in
so
all
freaking
things.
cute.
Adita. That's right.
I love her. Okay, so what are some of your favorite moments?
Oh, goodness gracious. We work with PRI. They do a lot of our production work. They build the expo. They build the village, all of the tents and everything else. And we work with Ivy on their team, who did a tremendous job. Also, hats off to Ivy. She was planning to run the half marathon on Sunday. And because we needed to be mindful of the tent setup overnight, Saturday night into Sunday, and we needed to make sure that
Right.
everything was safe and buttoned down on Sunday morning. She forewent. Is that a word? She
Yeah.
she gave up her half marathon experience to make sure that everyone was safe in the village, and I so appreciate that. But she's also responsible for this moment that I was stupid giddy about, and that is the running ribbon bat signal on the side of the Hilton.
Oh,
Do you
yes.
remember that? I don't
How
know
could
if
I forget?
everyone saw it, but it's a bat signal. What else can I call it? It was of our running ribbon on the side of the
A
Hilton
projection, a
projection.
monster, like 4 stories
Huge.
high running ribbon.
Yes,
Pink,
and
pink.
I don't know. That just made me kind of giggle and jump up and down like it was Christmas morning. It was so great.
Oh, so
It
wonderful.
looks fake. Like when you see pictures of it that circulate in social media, you think,
Yeah,
"Oh, well, somebody doctored that up." That was in real life.
no.
That happened. I also how is the Hilton for everybody? What do you think? The Hilton is the new venue for our expo. Um, our host hotel, did they do a great job hosting you guys? I'd really love to hear about that. Because they are an amazing group of people. Carrie
Yeah,
Taney, who is their director of sales and marketing, she's also a breast cancer survivor. She was determined that this was going to be an amazing partnership. We started having these conversations literally in February of last year, before the building was even before they even cut ground or whatever.
yeah.
They just opened in October. Amazing job from the team at the Hilton Jacksonville and Mayo Clinic.
Yeah, I specifically love Harley and Isabel from the front desk. I checked in with
Oh,
them, and they were there every time I visited.
mhm.
Lovely rooms, cozy. Oh, I had a really nice little veggie basket when I arrived in. Did you get the veggie thing?
Aw, amazing. Well, I didn't stay there. I didn't, I live around the corner, so I didn't actually spend the night there. So,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, it was, hummus and stuff. It's just a nice little welcome thing, which I appreciated very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
'Cause
everybody
we
loved it
never
there.
eat. We talked about this earlier, unless somebody feeds us, we just don't eat. Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda and I need to be fed or
Yeah.
we will waste away. That's our mutual Achilles thing. If we disappear, you know what happened. Nobody brought us food. I just need, especially on race weekend. Normally, when I travel, I come home 2, 3 pounds less at least. It's, at home, I have
Mhm.
stuff on my counter, and then I don't when I
Mhm.
travel, it's no good. Okay. So my favorite moments, I mean, it's the finish line. I
Yes.
had a blast. I mean, I feel like it just keeps getting better and better every year. All of our volunteers, the collegiate or call it, they were all collegians, right?
Mm.
Oh my gosh, just bringing them up. And then I made a sing along playlist. I specifically
Mhm.
made that this week. I was like, you know what? This is a sing along crowd. And
Mhm.
they sang along. I love being able to put the microphone in people's
Mhm.
faces and have them just belt it out publicly, good, bad, or ugly. Everybody at that finish line was a gamer. They did great with the "Come On Eileen" kick line. It got a little silly, don't you think?
It was beautiful. The sorority girls, definitely sang along with Taylor,
Yeah.
um, and also Chris Turner, which tracks. Um,
Yes.
oh, yeah, it was fun.
Bab, so I was gonna go there too.
Mhm,
So, we had 17 athletes start the 110-mile ultra, 80
mhm,
something miles on the first day, full marathon on Sunday. The
mhm,
only woman out of all the women who ran, and there was a handful to
mhm.
finish the entire ultra, was Heather Cohen, who is our
Yes.
push rim athlete, seated in the
Mhm,
chair, And she was
Mhm.
also the only adaptive athlete for the full. So she was the adaptive full marathon champion and the 110 adaptive and full able-bodied champion. She was the only woman to finish that 110. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. I mean, 3 trophies into her day, and I mean, she was on my mind all weekend long. You know, as I was going to bed Saturday night and thinking about the wins and how challenging that must have been and what grit it would take for her
Right.
to finish. And then, you know, as the day goes on, you start to, you know, we're getting updates. Our team is letting us know where everyone is and how's Heather doing. It was always everyone wanted to know how's
Yeah.
Heather doing, how's she doing. Oh, she's doing great. She's in great spirits, and she's still going strong. And you know, we were learning that she was just ahead of our 7 hour pace group, which is the course limit for us. And I thought, if this day ends with Heather coming across the finish line as our 110 champion and our adaptive champion and all of the things, I'm just not sure you could have scripted a more
No.
appropriate finish for the weekend. And she did. And it was beautiful. And you know, Joni Benoit Samuelson was there to congratulate her. And of course, all of her fellow athletes, all of them came. There's a beautiful group shot of all of them together. And you know, the ultra marathon community is just a special group of human beings that they're
Yeah.
always there for each other. And it was just a beautiful moment. Gosh.
Yeah, I pick on them because they're not big on lipstick and mascara type thing, but they are gritty and fun. And the other real highlight for Heather is last year many of our athletes knew Erin Petz, who is a podcaster and runner and everybody's friend. And so she came out to do the booby trap challenge with her husband Mike, and he
Mm,
pushed her through both races in a racing chariot. And Erin was the end stage of breast cancer, and she
mm,
died, I think, 5, 6 weeks after our race. But she certainly made a special impact on our 2025 event and will do so ongoing. And Heather Cohen was racing in honor of Erin. So I
mm,
thought that was especially meaningful and probably the reason she continued racing through those wild winds and those cold temps to do it for her friend. And so I've been in touch with Erin's husband, Mike, who I asked if he was
mm,
coming back this year. And it's been a difficult year. And so he's not doing it this year, but he's planning on coming next year to do the 110 in honor of Erin as well. So just nice to see that continue on. You know, we have
mm.
so many wonderful survivors, and it's so exciting to be able to see them all come through the finish line. And I love grabbing each and celebrating each. But then there's, you know, the dark side of what we're dealing with is not everybody makes it through, and
Mm,
not everybody shows up for a race, and not everybody has all that support. And so um, I hate it when we lose people.
right.
Blah, dislike,
But
dislike.
it's definitely an opportunity to process that. You know what I mean? To give people a place to run in honor of. And
Right.
it's healing, you know, when you can put purpose behind a person's story and think of them and carry them with you. And you know, it helps us keep that person with us always, I think.
Yeah.
To have Heather and Mike on the show maybe at the beginning of next year,
I
right?
love
And
that.
let's share some stories and hear about Heather's 2 days and what that felt like. And
Right.
yeah, I think that would be epic.
Yeah, I love that. I also, you know, we have those I'm running 4 bibs, and
Mhm,
I mean, it's interesting, almost not everybody, but a huge majority of our athletes is running for someone. And, you
mhm,
know, when I can catch those, you know, people move by me very quickly. I'm trying to find names and all these things,
mhm.
but I'm
Under
like, your
layers of
grandma would be
clothes.
so proud. Huh?
Under layers of clothes.
Right,
Oh,
right, right, right. So I catch a name, and it's just I think people just even wanna have their person's name said out loud. You know, there's Suda's runner. It's a large group of, like, Indian family, and they
mhm,
lost Suda, and they come every year, And I just love saying her name. They like hearing her name, and they keep her memory alive
Mhm.
at the Donna Marathon. It's just a
Every year for years.
yeah.
Huge group of family that come and
Mhm.
celebrate her memory every year, and have a dinner on Saturday night as a family, and it's really, really powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, or the people that run through holding photos.
Mhm.
Oh, and then, so fun, 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 and then at the end of the well, not the end, during the 5K finish line, I grabbed one of our women with a survivor bib and grabbed
Mhm.
her, and she just, like, collapsed in my arms hugging me, and she says, "I'm terminal,
Mm.
and the doctors say there's nothing else they can do."
Mm.
Just
We're all terminal.
well, yeah, that's right, that's right.
We're all terminal. And I think the gift of life is being able to be in these moments of gratitude,
Yeah,
and being able to cross a finish line and fall into your arms and experience that moment. Um, and that's part of it too.
yeah. Well, I can't wait till we don't have those anymore. That is just remember the marathon, the national marathon that finished breast
Finished
cancer.
breast cancer. Yep, that's the
That would
one.
be very nice. Yeah. And sweet Joe. Joe, if you're watching, I love you. I told you I'm available to you if you need to talk or you need any encouragement, anything else on earth. But yeah, it's bleh, it just breaks your heart. It's really hard. And then all in my mind, I'm going, okay, don't lose it. Don't lose it. You got to keep doing your Fitz thing, right? But it's rough stuff.
Yeah.
Blah. Okay, so yeah, would love to hear about Heather's experience. Jason
Mhm.
Rue, 80 people came to the dinner for Suda
Mhm.
at the Hampton Inn.
Yes, they have a dinner party together as a group. Yep.
Oh yeah,
Crazy
yeah, it
one.
was tough stuff.
Mhm.
Um, well, I try. You know what? You want to try to find words that are even kind of meaningful. I'm sure I fall short every time faced in those positions, but all you can do is love people, right? And let them know you love them now.
That's it. I mean, that was what the weekend was all about, and I think that as cold as it was, we were all warmed in each other's love. I mean, that's what makes it different, I think, than any other road race you will ever come to and
Yeah.
run. Is it's more than just how fast can I get from the start to the finish, and earn a medal and figure out how my time compared to last year. It is because it's a larger purpose and you're out there for one another, regardless of where you are in your survivorship journey, which I want everyone to hear that is different for all of us. And it
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily have to mean you've ever received a diagnosis of breast cancer. I am on a survivorship journey to hopefully ensure that I never receive a diagnosis of breast cancer. That means moving my body every day. It means the runs that I go on. It means putting healthy food in my body when my husband's home to make it for me. It, it is mindfulness, and waking up every day and choosing love over fear, and Fitz is having a dance party over there. But it's those of us that have increased risk,
Right.
whether it's family history or genetic predisposition or dense breast tissue or whatever the case may be, to journeying in a diagnosis right now, and going through whatever your treatment protocol is, to 1 year out from treatment, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 27 years. I heard you announce 27 years cancer free. All of us are on this journey of being a survivor, and we're celebrating that together every year.
You want to see it?
I do.
You want to
Have,
see it? Do you people want to see it?
have you watched it, Fitz?
I did.
Okay. I was
Every-
almost asked you not to, so that you could
I
watch
love
it sort of fresh, but
it. Yeah.
I'm excited for all of you to see this. This is fun.
Okay, folks, if you are listening to the show, hang in there. There's going to be a bunch of video come by that you can't see. It'll be worth you watching it on YouTube when you're done. Here we go.
We're gonna go out here and we're gonna run with love in our hearts.
Running for all the women in my life, most especially my mother, who is a survivor of breast cancer.
This is for you, Tara.
We're running for our moms. They're both survivors.
All these people, my Aunt Jackie, my friend Amy, my friend Natalie, and my friend Laura. It's been one of the most amazing experiences of my life. You are so much stronger than you know you are. We all are, different ways.
You're never alone. Never alone.
The community really rallied in these cold temperatures. Like, you can't ask for better support.
Stay strong. Don't give up. Just keep going.
Be strong. You can do hard things. I believe in you, and we're fighting with you. You're not alone.
Bah!
I don't know
Ah.
what I wouldn't give to be able to hold all of their hands again today. You know, like what a freaking privilege.
Such a privilege.
So good. So good.
So
Boy,
grateful
yeah.
for every single human being that's a part of this event.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing I love is all types of people,
Mhm.
right? And nobody's forced, no one's shoving. It's not like DEI, we must have these type of people. It's all the people who just say, this is meaningful to me. This is good for my health. And this is a great way to honor other folks and pitch in, and they all show up and everybody holds hands. And I just freaking love it. Look, it's a freaking again.
I know. When we were putting this together, you know, our creative team knows that we don't use fight words. That's not who we are. We are love over fear. We try to avoid language of war. I think that so much of what you hear in the cancer space is you know, we're in a war against and we're fighting, and I think sometimes that can be exhausting. If you are fighting alone. But I think the point of it is that you don't have to do this thing alone. And so that last quote had the word fight in it, right? She said, "You're not fighting this alone," or something along those lines. And Greg at Astorio, who does our videography work, he said, "Is that one okay?" And I said, "Yes," because that's the point. The point is that no one is in this alone. We are here for you. And you don't have to stand there with the boxing gloves and feel like you have to stand, you know, that you have to be fighting this thing, because you have all of us with you always.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tell you, I host a ton of wonderful events, and I'm grateful to be a part of every last one of them. None of them have this.
Yep.
And completely unique and in its own category. And you did that.
We did that.
Had a girl.
Yeah, we all did that.
Yeah.
We did that. And we're going to be celebrating the doing that of 20 years next year. So I need all of you to mark your calendars. It is the first Sunday in February. So next year's event, get out your Sharpie pens and make sure to join us. It will be February 5th through the 7th of 2027. And we'll all come back together and do it again.
We'll all do it again. All right. And then Mother's Day 5K, do you have a date? It's just a Saturday before Mother's Day, right?
Saturday before Mother's Day. So this year that falls May 9th. And that will be in the Riverside area of Jacksonville. We'll celebrate all of our moms and the unique challenges that our mamas that are living with breast cancer face as they raise their children and make lots of tough decisions that way.
Yeah,
And
and folks, if you're thinking it's Mother's Day, I can't run a race. Well, hey, it's the day before Mother's Day, so you
we
can.
do that on purpose.
Yeah, so you could also bring your mom out as she could cheer, she could take part, any of those things. But yeah, don't be like, I have a mom, I can't come.
Bring your mom, all the moms,
and then
generations
take her to breakfast.
participate. It's so much fun. And lots of brunch, you run and there's a ton of little fun brunch spots around. So take your mama to brunch.
That's right.
Mother's Day weekend. And then for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we're back in Ponte Vedra for the Donna 5K at TPC Sawgrass. And that one will be Saturday, October the 10th this year. And if you just did Donna Marathon Weekend, then you are eligible to be fearless. So
explain that. While you're explaining that, folks, this is the time to leave your I love you. So get to work in the comments section. Let us know what you loved about this weekend. Go on.
Yes. So our Fearless series is all of our events of the year. There's 3 events: Donna Marathon Weekend, any of the events, our Mother's Day 5K in May, and the Donna 5K at TPC Sawgrass in October. If you do all 3 of those events, we deem you fearless and you earn an extra medal in the finish line in October, which is really wonderful. And it's presented by Wingard Marketing and Communications, who works with us day in and day out. All of the beautiful creative work that you see all over all of our things is by and large coming out of that extraordinary agency that have become part of my family. So yes, at breastcancermarathon.com. And to learn more about the important work that we do as a foundation and the service to patients, the donnafoundation.org. We actually recently redesigned and relaunched that website. So it is a beautiful place to go and learn about what you have done, right? All of you who have participated in putting one foot in front of the other of these road race events, go and look at the impact you're making, because it is not insignificant.
Question, the folks who did the virtual 110 challenge.
Yes.
When should they, if they've completed that, when do they expect their shirts, medals, and things like that?
Yes, all of that is literally being pulled and packed as we speak. So they should be in the mail probably the early part of next week. And we'll be putting some social media around, hey, everything's in the mail. But we had, nearly 100 athletes participate in our Donna 110 this year. And the last I checked, they had, as a group, moved about 17,000 miles together. So that's amazing.
I feel like there's a good chance many of my hotties have done a ton of those miles. I was like, you're supposed to log to 110, but I got 400 miles. Okay.
If there's no limit, as Jim wisely says always, there is no finish line. So keep going.
Yeah, keep going. That's right. So Amanda, do you get time off? What's your scoop?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm so high on all of the things, it's hard to lay down and do nothing, but yes, things will I do not have to set an alarm for 3 a.m. anymore. So we won't do that again until January of 2027. So
I feel like I could officially finally tell you Happy New Year.
Yes, it's time. Yes. Happy New Year to me and all of my team who have been working equally as hard through all of this. Claire and Michelle and Julio and Carolyn and Michelle Brooks Riles, who helped me with the villages and the dinners and all of our board and the D squad. And I'm going to forget all of the people because I wasn't planning on thanking everybody by name, but you know who you are. It takes an enormous village to get all of this done.
Yeah.
But hat tip to, the human being that cast a vision in, her with her journey. And that is the Donna. We wouldn't all be sitting here doing any of this had it not been for her vision and determination to change what she knew was not acceptable, and that is to have anyone have any barrier between living their life and getting treatment that they need to be better.
Yeah, what a phenomenal existence. Such a tiny person, and yet such big accomplishment, such big impact. I really admire her very much, and you as well. And as always, I'm so grateful to be a part of your team. Thank you for having me back again.
Yeah, Jeff Galloway is the only tall one among us.
Is he even tall?
I mean, compared to me and Edith and Donna, sure.
I'm at 5'5". I'm kind of like a giant amongst you guys, right?
You are. That's funny.
Sometimes I feel short. Also, huge shout out to steroids and hot tea, or I would not be making any noise right now. So I got on it when I got home. I was like, you know what? We're gonna fix this. So I feel very proud to have a voice. It's not my best voice, huh?
To have a voice. Now we're rambling. But the cold air has to be really tough because it is on me just in having a conversation, much less speaking in a microphone for all weekend.
Yeah, I've never struggled like that at the end of a race. Like it was fading fast, but I didn't realize it was cold temps until after. I thought, oh, it was.
Yeah,
like
it's dry. It's
my vocal cord or
cold, and the heat. The heated buildings and yeah. Everybody turn on your humidifiers in your rooms.
That's right. Okay, listen, I love you. I'm going to cut us off because we can ramble forever, but how about we finish with that video again?
I think that's a great idea.
Is that good? Folks, everyone, thank you for listening. Again, if you haven't done so already, follow the Donna Foundation. It's 26.2 with Donna, or 26.2 on Instagram and Facebook. I'm at Fitzness on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all the places. And don't just follow, be our friends, say hi, connect, because obviously we're addicted to you and we want to be a part of your ongoing success. So I love you so much. Amanda, tell them to get to work.
Let's do this.
Bye, team.
We're going to go out here and we're going to run with love in our hearts.
Running for all the women in my life, most especially my mother, who is a survivor of breast cancer.
This is for you, Tara.
We're running for our moms. They're both survivors.
All these people, my Aunt Jackie, my friend Amy, my friend Natalie, and my friend Laura. It's been one of the most amazing experiences of my life. You are so much stronger than you know you are. We all are, different ways.
You're never alone. Never alone.
The community really rallied in these cold temperatures. Like, you can't ask for better support.
Stay strong. Don't give up. Just keep going.
Be strong. You can do hard things. I believe in you, and we're fighting with you. You're not alone.